Well, this wasn't planned to make this video, but thought it might be something interesting to work on. It's kind of a first video that I plan to like edit and put together out of the Dead Lake video that I plan on working on. So I'm doing this this project. The problem is, and I'll show you, I've done just a little bit of work on it already, but I am what you call, just to start out, mechanically impaired, so I can't really put things together and make them work very well. Like I can tell you exactly how it should go together and how it would work, but then when I actually try to do the thing, it's not that my idea doesn't work, I just can't execute it very well. Like, it's like, oh, that's supposed to be level. I thought it was level. Well, it's not. Oh, okay. Well, that's why it didn't work. Kind of a thing. So what's happened is I had my mom's stairs out front were falling apart, and you know, that's the front porch. You kind of go in and out of that a lot. And I needed to fix those, but I'm not a woodworking guy. That's not really what I do. I'm not an anything guy, really, but my dad was a floor layer, and one thing he always had us kids do when we were with him is mix the it's escaping me now. He called it mud first off, and you put that grout. That was where I was looking for, but not just the grout, the mud, he would call it. I don't know if that's the real name for it or whatever, but he called it mud, and you would put it on the floor, and you put the tiles on top, especially like the ceramic tiles, and then of course you can do the grouting, just about any kind of tile you grout, other than maybe VCT. Anywho, the point being, so, you know, as kids, we had a lot of experience making the mud, if you will, and mixing that. So I'm like, you know, I can make cement. Like, I could mix a bag of cement and some water. I can do that pretty good. Make what my dad called dry pack. So it's, you know, not quite as wet and sloshy. So it's easier to shape. It's kind of already partially dry because you didn't mix it very well. I mean, you mix it well, but it's not like you know, your Jamocha shake that you get, and it's like, you know, chocolate and Jamocha chunks all over the place, even though it's supposed to be blended shake. Not like that. It's just that you don't make it very wet in your mix, so it's a lot more shapeable. As opposed to the more liquidy stuff that you get because you're pouring it into a mold or something, and you don't want a higher viscosity. You want it to go in there. Anywho, the point is, I don't know why I keep saying that. It's dumb. I mean, I say it every once in a while, but I'm saying it way too much today. The point being that I had to fix them, and I'm like, I don't know what to do other than I know how to mix cement. So I made her some cement steps, but now the back porch is having trouble, and it's falling apart. So what I've got to do, and I'll obviously show you when I do the other video and splice it in, is I've got the wooden stairs. Like I said, I took 40% of this bottom step off so far before I realized, you know, I should do a video and just, you know, kind of practice with the whole video thing on this. Anyway, so I'm pulling off a lot of that step because I need access. I need to build these stairs up, but I don't have like forms, I think is what they call them, to put the cement on. So I'm gonna have to like jerry rig the whole stupid thing. Use a lot of dry pack, especially in the back, to kind of form up a more rigid structure in the back. Throw a bunch of material. I got 2 buckets of sand. I'm gonna live about a block and a half from the beach, so yeah, free sand. I got 2 buckets of sand. I use kitty litter buckets to put them in. They're what, 25 pound? They're like the big buckets. They weigh a lot more than 25 pounds with that sand in them. Anywho, and then when I was, so start you off this morning, so you go on the adventure. I won't have video of this, but you know, I got up, I had the idea. I said, I'm probably gonna need some sand and maybe some rocks. The rocks are both for helping with the foundation to give the cement kind of, you know, it'll go in between the rocks, and it'll have more than just the cement as a sort of foundation. We're not driving construction vehicles or anything through it. My mom, she's 70, she weighs, you know, 30 pounds or whatever the hell. You know, that's not true, but you know what I mean. And the dogs, who are, you know, one's a hefty dog, but he's a dog. He's not going to be like a 300-pound man. Like, if the Stairs can carry me, it's going to be great. But the fact is, you know, I don't need, you know, a hardcore foundation with a rebar scaffolding and stuff like that inside. I'm going to kind of jerry-rig this and do what I can to make this whole thing work. But we went out the other day and we bought 3 80-pound bags of cement, not Quickcrete, because I don't want it to go that quick, because I could just make the dry pack, like I said, to make it a little bit stiffer. That's what I need. But I want a nice, long, hard cure. That's what she said. Anyways, so we went and got the concrete on our way to do something else. And this morning, because I was talking about going and getting sand, and we have a lot of really nice rocks at the beach. Like, we've been collecting rocks lately at the beach and just like rock hounding around lakes and rivers. She won't let me touch any of those rocks, even though some of them are kind of like, man, they're nice, but I think they'd really look good in the Stairs, and we can always see, no, because I want to pick it up. Okay. So I went and got rocks. Some of them were kind of nice looking. None of them were like agates or anything like that, which would be cool, but I wouldn't waste those on this step, because my mom likes to have a little collection of those. But I went and got some, you know, kind of plain rocks, and those would definitely be more of what goes on the bottom. It's only about 1/3 of a bucket of the kitty litter, so it's not even a lot. But then a lot of them I want to put in the step as like a decoration, because I didn't do that last time, and I thought that would be kind of a cool thing to do. There's not going to be a ton of the rock sticking up, because I want it to be pretty flush. I don't want round. But you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, a little bit of the rock sticking up might actually add, not a lot, like I don't want a huge rock, but a little bit might actually add some traction. Didn't think about that, but that might be a good idea. So I can do that. So this is going to be the project. Like I said, I'm just kind of starting work on it. So that's the explanation of what's kind of going on here. I'm repairing these steps. All right. Let's get to doing some more on here. Now, we probably should have a hammer for this, but I don't. I mean, I own a hammer, but I didn't bring it. And to be honest, I don't want to tear all the internal structure out of this, because I still would like to work with it with the cement. So I don't want to just go ham on this stuff, like, you know, brute forcing it or anything. I just want to make sure I just pull the pieces of wood up here. That's nice. So there's a piece of wood there. You know what? It would be good. I believe I have a tripod somewhere that I'll get and use for this to make it easier for like time-lapse stuff. Okay, it turns out that my tripod hashtag not sponsored is for a camera. So I will do my best with using it as a stand then, instead of a tripod to hold it. So let's see if I can make this thing work. I was gonna toss out all the nails that I get off the step. Wait, where's the other ones? There's like a bunch over here. Somebody came and, oh no, there's one. There's one. There was 2 up here. There's 3 actually. Well, crap, that's not good. Oh, is that it? Okay. I found it, everybody. I want to step on that later. But I figure if I throw in pieces of nails, it would act a bit like rebar and help kind of reinforce the cement, even if it's just a little bit, you know what I mean? It's obviously not like actual rebar in a big old construction project, but it serves the same principle. It gives it a little bit more structural integrity, and any little bit helps. So I figured that's what I could do with them, and I get to Jimmy Hoffa them at the same time, right? You guys know what I mean. So nobody steps on it. I've almost got this last step done. You know what? Stop. Okay. You can't freaking see the step right now anyway, so I wonder if maybe I shouldn't just use my sand bucket, maybe. Yeah. Set this up on my sand bucket. Then you can at least see, right? Have a slightly less irritating angle, right? That's a pretty good one. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. Okay. Now, do I pull this off and get to the other step? Might be easier. What's here? Oh, my glasses. I don't even know where the hell I have those things on. I think I just heard in the comments somebody say, "'Cause you need to see, you dumbass. That's why you have glasses on." I don't need my glasses to see. I need them to read, or if things are up close, they help me see fine print or details. So no, I don't need my actually need my glasses to see. So that's kind of the dumbass part. Okay. Yep, get some progress there. Noise. Okay, now. Pull it away a little bit. Get the rest of it in there, maybe. Or not. I might still have to come from here. That was a waste of time, then, I guess. Oh. There we go. I was gonna say, I think I'm hitting a nail. I need to pull that out. So I get to the rest of the wood on the step. Okay. of the half anyways, up. Keep in mind, like I said, not skilled at this at all, so if you watch these videos at all to think you're gonna end up with a check out this masterpiece I made, that ain't gonna happen. I really should show you the front steps too that I worked on, so you have better expectations. I'll throw a B-roll of that in there too. I gotta remember though, I'm notorious for not remembering crap. Perfect. Step number 2. So I'll show you that B-roll I just took. Sorry, sweating my balls. The question is, do I go ahead and pull off this 3rd step? This is actually a pretty good step. It's on there pretty good. Now, if I can build everything up behind it, in fact, I think, it would be good. There's actually, I don't know if you noticed it before, but a bag of cement that I had here when I lived here before I moved out with a girlfriend, and then now I'm back for, not because I just ended things with a girlfriend. It's way more complicated than that, but it's not worth going into. The point of the matter being, while I was gone, my mom had to deal with the stuff that I left behind. One of which was a extra bag of cement. Why do I have an extra bag of cement? Because we were working on the steps. I would use the cement on the fence that I worked on and try to put things in, and I thought just putting boards would work, but they dig under the boards. And so I realized, metal. It's not as expensive as I thought it would to honestly put up just sheets of metal. And they're way more effective. And then cement on the bottom so they can't dig under it. Because the concrete goes almost up to the fence. But then they could still dig under it. So cement kind of continues that, and I've done that in a few places and dug, and it's gotten hard and brittle, and they can dig it now if they wanted to. They just break apart the pieces of cement that are under there, because they're just sitting on dirt essentially. But they haven't, which is nice. But the reason I'm bringing up that is because the cement got left outside, because it was for other projects, and I moved, so I wasn't doing those other projects, and she didn't have anything else to do with it. So she ended up just putting it out. Actually, she might have had me put it out here. She just put it out there for now. And I put it out there, or she put it out there, I don't remember. And it rained, and now it's just a big concrete, like, block. But if I use that, and I put it against the broken, whatever you want to call it, basin, that I'll use to mix the cement, but the broken one that I showed you earlier, if I remember to edit this correctly, then that'll make a good wall. That'll make a good starting point, I think. There's pieces of wood, like, all over the places, little shreds of this and that the dogs have ripped up and torn apart from different things. I can just toss it all in there as parts of the material, and that's half the reason I want the sand, because I pour the sand all around everything and then build you know, the cement on top of that. Obviously pour the softer stuff in, make sure it settles. I'm going to do it all today, so I'm not going to do it in stages where I I pour a little. I'm going to try to do it all today. I mean, I may get to a point where I'm like, it's just too late. It's getting dark. I can't do it anymore. It's dinner time or something. I don't know what time it is now. Could be close to dinner. Here we eat at 5 because my mom's a diabetic and yeah, not the youngest. I mean, I got gray beard and she's my mom, right? I'm not going to say she's old because, you know, her age is older, but doesn't look, you know, she doesn't look old. She doesn't act old. She's not walking around in a walker. She's out gardening right now, you know, active doing stuff. So, but the point is, you know, so we eat at 5, especially because she's a diabetic and not type 1, but she doesn't want to get the type 1. That's the point. So we eat at set times so she can get her sugar level at where it's supposed to be at the right times of the day. So it's a bit early, to be honest, for a lot of people. So it might cut into the day and I might have to finish this tomorrow, which is why I only brought out 1 bag of cement. I got 3. I got 1 for each step. And I think I mentioned that before. I don't know if it'll make the cut or not. It should, because it's the setup I wanted to do. Sorry, sniffies. So yeah, so that's my thought right now, is maybe I should just leave this step, because it's actually good. It's not rotted. There's no problem with it. And I could just reinforce it with what I have, you know. I'm thinking that might be the best thing to do, honestly. And in fact, I could, now that I'm thinking about it, I can actually just cement right over the top of it. That way it'll be a cohesive set of steps instead of, here's a wood step and 2, you know, janky concrete steps. It'll be 3 janky concrete steps, right? So that might be a good plan. And now I'm thinking about it, I could use some of the leaves, especially like the Japanese maple I have that I did not think was going to do very well. It's a red Japanese maple. It's in the shade. Everything about it, they told me, yeah, that's not really going to work. It's doing great. So I could actually take that and I could put it into the concrete. Not in deep, but, you know, on the surface, and make cool little patterns. Cool little maple leaf, Japanese maple leaf patterns. That might be kind of cool to do too. But that's all end game stuff. Right now, I'm just really wondering what to do about this. And like I said, I'm thinking I won't have to take this off. And I just need to start building up underneath, putting crap in, mixing that cement, and basically using it as a base for everything else. I need another soda. So I think I'm going to end this. And I'm going to go, I think I'll explain to my mom, who's at front gardening right now, that I'm making a vlog, because she'll be happy to know that I'm advancing on my whole trying to do a vlog thing. I got a free app on my iPad to do it with. Oh, the dog just tried to, oh, sorry. Sorry, Shishi, you can't get up there right now. Can't get up there right now. It's kind of blocked off. Sorry. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna go before the dog tries to do something dumb again. Okay, so you can see the cement that I've got started mixing. It's gonna need some more water, but one good thing to do when you're mixing that crap is what was I doing? Yeah. One thing is you don't always want to mix it all at the same time. Especially on a bigger project like this, the slower you mix it, the less you mix, the more you can just add a little bit of water, mix it again, and you're much more able to control the mixture. Do I want a dry pack? Do I really want it to be wet and soppy and go in there? Like, you're able to control that a lot more by adding the water slowly, because you can add a ton of water in like one corner or one side and mix it all up. Anyway, that's probably enough from that angle. Okay. It'll absorb a lot more of that water. thinking, oh, there's just a lot of unmixed concrete. Let me throw a wet towel on that. That maybe these will do good as sort of side supports as well. A couple of these pieces in here, sitting on the side here. You know what I mean? Give this whole thing a little structure. There we go. Right there. Right. I don't know if that's going to work out. Yeah, that might. There we go. That's going to work. Crush its guts. Okay. Put that one in the middle there. Right? Now. Okay. Give us another drink. Now, the problem is I put the rest of the sand in there, and the seat will fall over. Won't be quite as good, but you kind of need to take care of that. So, put at least a little bit more in here right now. This is a good time for a little bit more filler. A little bit more. Not all of it. I still need some for later. Okay. That's good. So on top of the cement. Help build that up a bit there. So on the supports I put in there. And then I'm going to take these nails, put them in there for the concrete to sit on. Tack is a little bit of that, you know. What do you call it? I called it earlier, but the wrought iron bars inside of concrete to reinforce it. I'm sure that'll bug me for a while, but my brain will keep churning on that shovel. Okay, I'm going to pour the rest of this concrete and water in here. Get this filled up a bit here. All right. Okay. In fact, I'm going to pour some water in here. So I can wash up this concrete a bit more. Also, I can pour one of the ports so it'll settle down in there a little bit more. All right. Okay. I don't know if you're going to be talking over my scraping. Didn't even think about that. Sorry. I don't know if you're going to hear me half the time anyways. I'm not wearing a mic or anything. It's just a phone, mic on the phone. Just about done, to be honest. It's empty, mostly for the concrete. There's just mostly concrete water in there right now, so I'm going to pour that into a crack so it can go in there and dry, become sort of a film, concrete film. Right. Is that a film about concrete? No, it isn't. It is not. But, you know, maybe it'll help with keeping ants out or something. know what I mean? Go to the second step. Pretty clean. I'm gonna go ahead and clean all this off, and I'll get back to you when I'm done. Should only take a few minutes, so.